What is going on, guys? How are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. So today we have some stuff that we're going to be doing to the Integra, some more progress, probably just a little bit of progress, but progress is progress, as Young Static always says. So again, I'm still waiting on my parts from the water jet shop so I can so I can start this first batch of 10 of the harness bars. They aren't for pre-order yet. I'm waiting. It should be literally any day now. By the time this video goes up, hopefully they should be ready. Today is Wednesday the 9th, I think. But the harness bar that is in here is pending sale. This is prototype, or this is a V1 bar, so the V2 is basically just going to be dropped down an 1.5 inches lower. But this one's pending sale, and if it doesn't sell, then I will be posting it up on probably my big cartel or something. But anyway, so basically what I'm waiting on is, without those harness bars made, I was going to modify the bar, like I said, drop it down 1 inch, then I have to remake or modify my fixture. But I wanted to be able to test the first batch fixture in the car, test each one, you know, just make sure it all fits. So I can't really build the roll bar until that's done, because the roll bar is obviously going to be in the way of that. So and Doge is still slowly working away at the wiring. I'm not rushing him, but he's also got some other stuff going on, so I'm not anticipating that to be done in the next couple weeks. So I'm just trying to get the rest of the interior stuff done. The wiring is really just the last bit, but I can't really do much else with the interior until the roll bar is in. But I can't do anything with the roll bar yet until this first batch of harness bars is done and the fixture is verified that it is going to be good. So if you guys remember 2 videos ago, I think I made or modified my DC cluster to fit into my DA housing type, whatever, you know what I mean. So I just actually test fit it in the dashboard, and I'm actually gonna have to trim the dash out a little bit. So obviously by putting the DC cluster in the DA housing, that makes this cluster a lot deeper. So the issue I'm running into now is that it's hitting back here. So basically this stuff right here, this plastic bit, that just has to be trimmed out. So you're not going to see that, obviously. It's under the dash. I have the kick panels and all that, but that's something else I have to do. I still got to flock the dash. I do have to go get some sort of repair kit for some of this vinyl, like to deal with stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna do a little bit more research. I've been watching some videos on it, and I'm just gonna try and maybe get an opinion from maybe a professional on the best way to go about this. I might call up some like reupholstering shops or whatever and see what they recommend. But I may just try and do that little vinyl repair kit. I watched the Donut Media video on it. It looked pretty simple, so we'll see. Maybe do that, and then obviously I'm gonna flock it. But just these tears, man, I gotta figure these little nicks and tears out. They're just lots of little ones. But for right now, the target at hand is these. So I'm going to be trying to paint these things using this vinyl and fabric stuff, I think. Yeah, vinyl and fabric. So it says it's good for dashboards, door panels, center consoles, trim, and seats. And I think this qualifies as a trim piece. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to start this off. It's not rocket science. We're just going to be basically cleaning and painting. So I'm going to start off with some just soapy water and wash these things down, because the insides of them are nice and dusty, and I plan on probably spraying them both inside and out and making them the full color. So let's get to work. these things definitely look clean. So should stick pretty well. The reason I use super clean is obviously it's a degreaser. So any stuff that I had on here for like shining the plastics up should have came off. But we're just gonna go ahead and shoot them now. They should be dry. Shot them with the air gun, and yeah, let's go shake this can up. So I got 2 coats on here so far, a really light dust coat, a second heavy coat. I'm gonna let it dry for a few minutes, and I'm gonna just go ahead and shoot one more medium light coat-ish, just to make sure that I cover up any mistakes I may have missed, and then we can move on. I thought about wrapping the headliner, but I'm almost wondering if maybe I should just use a can of this stuff, because the headliner on these cars is like cardboard, and I've seen other videos where the guys, I don't know, maybe I will wrap it. I don't know. That might be for a separate video though, because I don't have my girlfriend here today. She's at work, and she's the artsy crafty type of person. She already said she'd help wrap it. But after messing with that vinyl spray, it actually looks a little bit better than I thought. So I don't know, maybe, no, I gotta wrap it. I'm gonna wrap it. I want the suede because I want the headliner to match the dash. So I realized I needed to do this to the sunroof too, like the little slider things. That's what I'm working on at the moment. Can't breathe for crap in here. Should be wearing a respirator. Trying to hold my breath. Okay, that wasn't as bad as I thought it was. Let it dry a little bit, and then hit it with another coat. And I did wax and grease remove it and clean and all that before I did this too. Okay, after doing a little bit of just sniffing around because I'm bored, and I think I'm going to try and use the paint stuff on the headliner first, and depending on how that looks, I might wrap it from there. But I was kind of thinking, and the suede, like the fake suede stuff that you get at Joann's or Michael's or something, is going to be a little bit more of a glossy, I don't know, I don't know. Either way, I don't think it's going to match as well with the interior as I'm thinking it might, because the dash is going to be more of a matte suede look with the flock, and then the panels that I just did, they're more of a satin black. So I think I'm going to try it with the headliner stuff on this, or the vinyl spray on this stuff, and see how that looks, because I think the satin black will just kind of all blend together instead of having like a gloss suede, like a shinier suede, and then satin, and then like the flat satinish mattish flock dash. You get what I'm saying? So let's just go rinse this thing off. Well, not literally rinse, I'm just gonna clean this thing by hand. It's a little dirty, and then we'll try it out. it looks pretty good. So I'm gonna let it dry. I had to go get a second can. I've got 2 heavy coats on there. That's all the instructions say to use. And seeing as the headliner never ever gets touched, I'm not worried about it. As long as it holds up doing the reinstall. So all that's left is, for the interior wise, at least to color match, change, whatever, is the dashboard. So that again is gonna have to be for a different video. I still gotta get some stuff for it. But so going through my parts shed, trying to find any more interior pieces that I could fix or, you know, paint match or whatever, came across my center console. So this is like the piece that goes in the center above the shifter. I have my stinking cigarette lighter cover. I'm gonna paint match that to the black because the whole center console, if I have enough flock, that is, the whole center console is getting flocked. So this stuff I was just gonna do in the black because there's not really much here to flock, and that's gonna be a lot harder to mask than it is gonna be to whatever. You get the point. But this needs to be fixed. So what I'm going to do is, I still have some of this plastic weld somewhere. I think it's in the shed. I still have some of the plastic weld, and this is something that I tried using I want to say a soldering iron before to try and melt the plastic back together, and it's just broken. So what I'm gonna do really quick is just scuff it up, and then we're gonna like flatten that crack out. And then we're gonna use some of that plastic weld, and we're gonna weld this back together from the front and probably the back side if we can. And then we're gonna sand it flat again, and then we're going to paint this black too. Alright, I got a bolt kind of wedging the piece of plastic over so that way it doesn't separate at the seam right here. So I'm going to just let this cure for a little bit. It takes about 15 minutes on the directions it says to set, but we're going to give it a little bit of extra time. We'll come back here in like 20-30 minutes and see if it's held. And if it's held, then we'll gently sand that away, sand it as smooth as we can get it. Hopefully it filled in. I'm not so worried about the back. I'm not going to sand the back, so if anything, the back should do all the holding, or most of the holding, hopefully. The front, like I said, we will smooth that out, and then we can shoot it with the paint. Still waiting on the plastic stuff to dry. It's been about 20 minutes, but maybe it's, I don't know, because I gooped it up really thick. But in the meantime, I got the the freaking ashtray painted, got the top of the rear view mirror painted, I got the map light and the dome lights all masked off and painted, so those are all good to go. Actually, this one could use one more coat. This only got one. So once this is all done, then really all that's left is again the dash. So again, that will be for a separate video. What do you think, Pop? What are we doing? Where are we going? What? Bless you. She's a crackhead. Finally back out here the next day, got this thing all hardened up. Like I said, it was taking a while to dry last night, so I just came back to it today. So again, I do have the clob of it back here in the back, so I'm more worried about just flattening out this top piece. I'm just going to use some of this 80 grit, and we're just going to sand this down, and then once this is all flat and sanded, I'm going to just try and mask off my little cigarette lighter ring here, and then we're just going to clean this really well and shoot it. Well, there you guys have it. We got the interior panels or pieces all painted. So I know it would have been more pleasing to see this all put back together in this video, but obviously if you guys are watching the series of the restoration on this interior, you would know that the car is not exactly put together or in the means of being put together at the moment. So if you guys did enjoy this video, hopefully you leave a like on the video. If you're new to the channel, hopefully you've also considered subscribing. I want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to hang out with me here on this channel. Yeah, honestly, I think this stuff works great. I love the color. They have a few different finishes. This finish happens to be, again, like the satin finish, the more flat color. But I think it's going to look really good when everything's reassembled. But anyways, guys, do what you love. Think about the rest. If you want to help support the channel, I do have a Patreon. I also have merch in the Big Cartel. Also, harness bars to the DA, they will be available here hopefully in the next week or two. And then as for bumper bars, I have, at this moment, probably going to sell out after I edit this video, I have one up. left. So if you guys are waiting on bumper bars, and let me know in the comments down below, or hit me up on Instagram at Sadowski Fabrication, and we can get you in on the next order. Anyways guys, we'll keep killing it. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.